Yo, what's up? It's DNA for sure, and this video is about dealing with being in jail and basically how not to be affected by the torture chamber and the basically not giving them what they want. Jail, if you watched my second installment of the series, Jail, you heard me say that jail is literally a place of torture. You're supposed to be affected mentally, emotionally, physically by jail. And these are the ways that they torture you and how to get over them. First, my first tip that is really important is sleep. Sleep, sleep, sleep. Teach yourself, master your mind. You cannot be tortured if you don't let torture into your mind. Sleeping, the last time I was in jail, I was in Pelham. It wasn't even a county jail. I was in Pelham because Sandy Springs, Georgia does not have their own jail. They send you to Pelham, and it's a very low grade, low security jail. Um, Also, in when I was in Durango in Maricopa County, Phoenix, Arizona, we were in dorms where you could go in to your cell to come out at your leisure, basically all night, all day, all night. And I took advantage of sleeping. I slept for maybe 10 to 12 hours a day, whereas my body will not allow me to sleep for more than 6 hours a day. If I fall asleep at 1 o'clock in the morning, I'm still going to wake up at 7 o'clock or 8. If I fall asleep at 3 o'clock in the morning, I'm still going to wake up before 10 o'clock. So sleep. A lot of that time, and this is wisdom that I got from one of my cellies, the last time I was in Cook County, he had about, I think he had 30 days or 60 days or some shit. The first thing he said when he told me how much time he had was, I could sleep through. That's just nothing but time for me to catch up on my sleep. So sleeping is very important. Second thing, which is probably the most important thing, is meditating. Meditating, meditation, meditation. Whether it's a moving meditation, doing physical exercise, or walking up and down the stairs, or pacing, or doing conscious sitting meditations. And this is important. Well, the most important part of meditation actually is you connecting to a higher power. Now, if you don't believe in God, then I'm not talking about God. But you connecting to God, connecting to an outside source, a source other than your body, you will not feel as lonely. For example, the first time I went to jail, I was in solitary. I was in the hole because I got into a fight before I got to my cell. And the first day I got there, I had a cellie. He left the next day. I was only in there for 4 days. And the second day, I was there all by myself for a full day and a half. And the last 2 days, I got a cellie, but he was sleeping the whole time. He slept for about 12 to 18 hours. And I was by myself. I didn't have anybody to respond to my emotions or respond to my expression, which is what we are here for. If you don't interact with anybody on those two levels, you will become clinically insane, develop some kind of personality disorder or mental illness. You'll start hearing voices. You'll start fucking hearing other beings respond to your thoughts, which is, a sign of symptom of schizophrenia. So you can eliminate all that loneliness and not being able to express yourself by connecting your mind to the infinity, to the all, to the universal mind, to the gods, to God, to um, the the wolf spirit of the earth, whatever you want to connect to the feline spirit of the earth, to the planet Mars, to the sun, to the moon. Connect with those energies on that level. Learn to meditate. The next thing that I would like to address is the whole clock situation. Now, the clock situation to a lot of people is not that bad. But at the same time, there are people that's a form of torture. That's a method of torture. To eliminate that, listen to your body. Your biological clock will tell you what time that it is. It's not gonna be off enough for you to go fucking crazy thinking about what time it is. It's gonna be like 45 minutes within the ballpark of what time it is, more or less. Once you learn what time it is, once you can link what time it is to the TV that's on, to when your meals come, or see me, I had a little window so I could look at the shadows of the trees or the shadows of the buildings, and I had uh, a good guess. I had an educated guess, had a good perception of what time it was, and when I actually heard what time it was, heard the TV, looked outside, fucking took my piece of paper and drew where the shadow would be on the tree, what time it was when I recorded that. That helped me a lot to eliminate that that piece that was installed for me being tortured. The next thing is the food. Food, that's something that's easy. You know, if you get locked up with money, you don't have to eat any of the food. There's not nearly as much fluoride in the commissary food. You know, you can make tacos and order pouches of chicken and pouches of tuna and brand name fucking tortillas and chips and things that you can actually survive off of. So as far as you know, keeping your sex drive, keeping your emotional control, keeping your level of testosterone, having control of all your senses, maintaining your relationship with the other side and God, and being able to meditate and being able to focus your mind, you can always order food and soap that will not, and shampoo and things like that, products that will not add that excess fluoride into your system. The next thing, I'm actually going to go back to meditation because this this ties into it. When you meditate to keep connections, you can always make phone calls and talk to people, talking to your celly, having conversations, brushing up on your conversation and social skills. That is also a way to keep your sanity. Unless you're in solitary confinement, that's not anything that you should worry about because your celly is there for you to talk to and for you not to go insane. They can also be there to create conflict and keep that tax money going and keep that shareholder money going. But that's a topic for a different video. The next thing that I would suggest is stay busy. Draw, write, play cards, make up games, play chess, fucking watch TV. That shit's gonna get old eventually. But watch TV, do different things, work out, build something. Just because you're in jail does not mean that you can't grow. But stay fucking busy. Take your celly, take fucking 3 or 4 people, start a fight club and just fucking box, or you know, if you have any skills, if you can draw, if you can tattoo, do that. Make a couple dollars in there. Another thing that you can do to keep yourself from going crazy is to regress. I said in the first video that regression is a defense mechanism that a lot of people play out. You know, they start acting like children, literally. A lot of fucking grown dudes running around playing fucking WWF, DDTing each other in the air. Not literally, like, but they were doing wrestling moves and fucking doing all that. And they were playing like Superman versus Spider Man. Sometimes you have to do that. Sometimes you have to initiate that. Recognize different, learn about different defense mechanisms that you can do. Laughing is a great defense mechanism against something that can affect you and traumatize you. And that's it. Making friends and making genuine connections with people. Like I said, a lot of people, a lot of guys like to express themselves and get, talk therapy in jail. And people are doing, there's going to be people that are in county jail, which is another thing that I didn't know that goes into the myth video. There's people in county jail that's going to be there for years just so they don't have to go to prison, and they're fighting their case, but they're really not fighting. So when the time comes and passes that they would have had to do in prison, when that goes by, say you did something that you would have went to prison for 2 years for, and you hire a lawyer for the next year and 6 months to finally overturn your plea and say, okay, fuck it, he pleads guilty. Now they let you out of county jail because you did the time in county that you would have done in prison. So there's people that are going to be in county jail for years that would love to hear about your problems, that don't have a problem with you venting to them. So venting, expressing yourself, writing, drawing, doing things that are creative. Staying away from fucking drugs and alcohol. If you do smoke and you like to smoke weed and drink a lot, you can do that in jail, but don't do it. Never, ever. Not even once. Because whatever money you have, that little $40 will be gone. Next commissary. Next time you go to the store. Trust me. But I forgot to speak on this in the beginning. Going to jail, like I said, is a torture chamber. A lot of people that I know, they suffer from PTSD. They have anxiety. They're depressed. They can't even watch anything with any kind of police in it. They can't watch cops. They can't watch Law and Order. They can't watch NCIS. They can't even see fucking police ride by them without fucking shaking and getting all anxious. When you go to jail, whatever age that you go in, that's the same age that you come out. If you're 25 and you do 10 years, when you come out, you're still gonna be 25 years old. The people that you related to on a certain level, whatever their age is, you're gonna still see them at that age. If you go in and your little brother is fucking 13 and now he's 23, you're still gonna fucking treat him like a 13-year-old. You're still gonna see him as a 13-year-old. People are traumatized. People develop all kind of drug habits, come out addicts, come out sick, lose fucking 5 pounds of a fucking month. Working out, learning how to take care of your body, maintaining your hygiene, maintaining your physical appearance. That's also a good way to fucking stay busy in jail, or to keep that PTSD out of your life. Expressing, writing poems about being in jail, reading them when you get out, exposing yourself to certain things after you get out. I haven't been in fucking jail for more than 40 days. So me transitioning from general population to general population wasn't that hard for me. I knew how to fucking do all of these things before I went to jail. And that shit didn't really affect me like that. It affected me physically because my shit still smelled like jail shit. And when I fucking needed to take a shower, it still smelled like fucking rotting flesh. But anyway, that is how not to get affected by the torture chamber known as jail. It's DNA for sure. Stay out that motherfucker. Read some books. Peace.